Hey Greg, this is Dan Carraher, and thanks for sending in your swing. Um, as we go back, part of the thing that gets it called cross line is, in reality, cross the line is on plane, just a plane out to the right. What happens is if we get the club head a little bit behind you going back, it's actually going to match that at the top of the swing. So it's on plane, that plane is just pointed out towards those trees over there on the right. Coming down, it's steep early but shallows out late, and we actually end up in a pretty decent impact position. And that's where a lot of those good shots are coming from. All we're going to do today is continue to make this a little more consistent, and it's kind of one of those things, kind of like you said, is it's moving it kind of 10% at a time. Anything that you could do and change in one day, you could probably lose in one day. And obviously we want to fix this for the long haul. So constant, steady improvement is the goal. So Greg, what we're going to work on and talk about today is I actually made a video on how to eliminate that lift at the top of the backswing. So what I've done is drawn a line at about a 45-degree angle on you and James's left shoulders. If we look at James, as he goes back, you're going to see the left shoulder goes pretty much right on that line. What we're going to see in your swing, the left shoulder starts down that line and then comes off of it. So your left shoulder starts there, and about halfway down starts working actually up. We made a nice full turn, but that left shoulder didn't keep moving down. I actually have a drill that's going to help you with this. It's going to feel like your head moves down and to the right. It's going to feel like you're really kind of bent over. That's just because based on where you're at now, that's what correct is going to feel like. The other thing that's going to help with the across the line is going to be this right arm. Is at this point, your right arm's bent right at 90 degrees. James at the top is actually bent slightly less than 90 degrees, but there's a lot of similarities there. Your left arm's straight. You're going to notice the angle between the left arm and the chest is very similar. That left arm's not pinned against your body. Same as James. What happens though is as you keep going back, that right arm keeps bending. So at this point, it's bent more than 90 degrees. Left arm starts to fold. And that left arm now, at the top of your swing, is much closer to your body. What that does is gets that right arm a little bit behind you and gets you a little bit across the line. So we can eliminate the lift while maintaining the width in your swing. A lot of that across the line is going to go away. Your arms, as long as they're staying in front of you, that right elbow will be more in, and club will be pointed what feels like very laid off. This is going to feel like you only go back to chest high. So what is, and we'll talk about that in the drill, but is left shoulder needs to go down and keep going down. And you're going to feel like you just make a chest high swing where you make a full turn, but your arms are chest high, and you're going to feel like that left arm is never loaded across your chest. It will be, but feel-wise, it's going to feel like there's a huge gap between your left bicep and your left kind of chest area. If we look at your takeaway, we're going to see the same thing. Club gets a little bit inside, which doesn't help you, but the real issue is that standing up is that when your left shoulder stays down, the club's actually on plane. What happens though is as you stand up, the club starts pointing more across the line, and when your swing gets long. Your elbows are nice and close together. There's a lot of good things here. If we look at Robert, the only difference is his arms, or his right elbow, is a little more in front of him. And you can see that due to the distance between your elbow and your right shoulder versus his elbow and his right shoulder. Much more in front of him, which gets the club more on plane. But you're also going to notice his backswing's a lot shorter. And so we're going to feel like your hands are at only chest high. Momentum of the golf swing will make it longer than that. I don't actually need them at chest high, but that's what I want it to feel like. This, along with eliminating the lift, is going to make that right shoulder, or you create some tilt a little bit sooner, which is going to allow you to keep this right arm bent a little bit longer, and will allow you to shallow out that club a little bit sooner. Overall though, not a bad position. And more importantly, the path through the ball is very neutral. So we're going to work on keeping that left shoulder down, arms wide and in front of you. And I got a good drill for you to work on to do that. Let me know if you have any questions.